टीचर को देते हैं आप क्योंकि बोलो small campus.
Beautiful. Thank you.
There are students from Arunachal. Large number, nearly please. Back. Follow back to the
Salman Ghat, Visarjan.
Professor Nilima Babati, Dean School of
Sir. Welcome to your stay.
Thank you so much.
Towards camera.
Thank you.
Thank you.
this way.
You just follow natural.
Only Arunachal students? Arunachal students only, please.
Arunachal, please get him.
We represent Arunachal Pradesh, sorry, can you please place some memorandums if you can please check it.
Philanthropists, businessmen, and members of the faculty of the Institute of Science and Technology, Meghalaya. I'm very glad that today I could take out some time to be with you, and particularly excited to see so many Arunachali students. I was not aware of the strength of and I've just got a small memorandum from you all. What I believe is the education, the inherent soft quality, homestead, and yet you are getting best of the education. I will not take much time, but I'm happy that you all have gathered here. I am so thankful to Haksab that you have done a great job by involving yourself, showing the level of commitment which you possess, and to ensure that the future is being built here. I see office is always open for you, and we will work out with the Vice Chancellor Saab and the other members of the faculty. We will continue to strive together. Thank you so much.
indeed an honor for the University of Science and Technology, Meghalaya, to have with us Shri Kiren Rijiju sir, Honorable Union Minister of State. Kiren Rijiju sir is a distinguished politician. In his own right, comes from a leading political family. His father, late Rinchen Karu, was a prominent leader of the Northeastern Party. We indeed would like to welcome sir. We request Remarkable Hawk sir, Chancellor USTM and Chairman ERDF to kindly felicitate sir with a gamusa and a bouquet. We also have with us Dr. P.G. Rao sir, Vice Chancellor USTM, who has just arrived from Hyderabad. We request sir to kindly felicitate Sri Rijiju sir with a token of memento. I would now like to hand over this session to today's President, Professor Mihir Kanti Chaudhary, to carry
Realize
on.
that we have so many things to do yet. From small need for an individual citizen to the institutional changes what is required. Whether you look at the higher educational standards in this country or basic elementary school education down in the rural areas, we are blessed with so many things. And if you look at this country, India, we are so centrally located. The location of India itself will depict that India is central to the civilization of the world. It's very automatic. And the human resources which has been gifted to India is enormous. But sometimes those educations are limited to a limited section of the society. How we behave, how we conduct ourselves, that is the first impression we give to the world. There are levels of education which should be available to every citizen has never been achieved in this country. We are underachieved nation. Our potential is too big. Arunachal Pradesh is the largest state in northeastern region. It's larger than Assam. The population is small, 1.4 million population. I just get to the first thing we are talking about. We have to educate the youth. We have to provide education to all. But now I hear everywhere, sir, where are you employed? Please get some job for education in terms of our literacy rate, which is Northeast has a good level of literacy rate compared to national, especially Mizoram, where the literacy rate is somewhere 94-95%. And the Arunachal also not far lagging behind, but it's average. But at this stage, we are talking about I have become a minister in the union government, and I am looking for a person who can be a graphic designer. I want to do some changes in the home ministry. I wanted to influence, contribute something to the ministry. But I can't find anybody. There is something seriously lacking in the way we are educating or imparting our youth. So, important educational institution. How you are going to skill our youth? Because I may have my own way of thinking, which may be correct in my own perspective, which may not be. So I will not talk about what I want, but I'm just talking about the challenges beforehand. And this is something we all need to work out together. After all, our thinking has to be in conjoint with the need of the hour. So I sometimes become very perplexed and I start thinking that as a leader, the expectation is so much, and how I am working as a person to fill the gap. So when I was giving an example of Arunachal Pradesh, what made me a little unsatisfied is we have 1.4 million population and we are in a very ideal state. If you talk about Arunachal Pradesh, I will just give you an example, which is the case of most of the states in Northeast. It is a very ideal state to be a very prosperous. Lots of land, lots of resources. Most important is the abundant water resources. The most precious resources. The largest cover of forest area, bamboo or timber, in the whole country, highest in Northeast and within also highest in Arunachal. We have natural resources, we have petroleum products, gas, coal. You call any name which is very necessary in the daily life, God has given us. God has been kind to us. If we are unable to manage it, which means that we are unable to use those precious resources being gifted by the God. So there is something wrong in the management. When we go out, today I see lots of Northeast youths going abroad. Yesterday only I was sitting in my office after the parliament session. Around 300 students from Meerut. Meerut is western part of Uttar Pradesh on the way to Uttarakhand. So I was told that 300 students from Arunachal alone and nearly 4,000 students from Northeast are studying there in Meerut. And Meerut is not known for a city of educational hubs. It is not like Chandigarh or Pune or Delhi, Hyderabad or Bangalore, Mumbai or Chennai. Meerut is just an ordinary, simple North Indian city, mid-sized city. But if a city like Meerut attracts thousands of students from Northeast, that means the Northeast students are willing to go to any place to acquire education. At the same time, it is also reality that we are unable to provide the platform and the place within Northeast to make available for them to study. So there is something wrong in the way government is formulating its policies and executing, and there is something wrong in the system where we are unable to deal with the issues in hand. And I am so admired with Mahbubullah Haji that he did his educational degrees, everything from Aligarh Muslim University, and he has come back and established himself as a man who is driving into those things where now I am talking about. And this is the, I think, correct way of approach to deal with the burning issues beforehand. Once you tackle the need of the youth, then the issues that we are talking about in Northeast, which is known outside as a place of violence, terrorism, militancy, this will immediately well tackled within Northeastern region. As a minister in the Home Ministry, I can share with you, my greatest problem today is not how to develop Northeastern region or not how to, provide impetus to various efforts. But as a Minister of State in the Home Affairs, my immediate issue in hand is how to deal with the act of terror or a violence being created everywhere. Every morning when I get up, I get a report. Early morning, the Intelligence Bureau report, so many people are killed there. The road is blocked there. You have to send extra forces. The problem in Lower Assam, the problem in Arunachal Pradesh, Tirap and Changlang, there is some uprising, somebody has been kidnapped and killed in Garo Hills. So many problems crossed up at the same time. So I am so busy dousing the fire and immediately somebody is stranded or somebody is kidnapped. So that becomes the immediate for a person in the Home Ministry to deal with. So I am unable to deal with the larger issues which are being just referred to take care of Northeastern, to fulfill the dreams of the aspirational youth. So this becomes the issues in the backdrop, and how to douse the fire immediately, people getting killed, terrorists being spread all around, operation going on against the NDFB, there is some planned attack going to take place by the NSCM, the K factions and all. These are the issues really taking great toll on my energy and my effort. It's very saddening for me. So I'm just sharing with you. I don't talk all these things in the press conference and in the public meeting. But it really kills me that I'm really wasting my energy as a minister. The people have a dream. They look up at somebody, oh, there's a minister from Northeast, he'll do something for me. But the issues in hand is something that security, you all know, if you don't deal with the security issue beforehand, then it will be disaster. So the question and the debate start, development first or the security first. Then I say that when the place is secure, development will follow. But at the same time, if development is not coming, the security alone is meaningless. So I just took out a stand that development and security has to move hand in hand. That is how I'm looking forward. So despite having so much of resources at our command, we are caught into this vicious circle. And coupled with all these things, the greatest advantage of Northeast is the location of Northeast itself. Some people look it from the negative point of view that Northeast is far from Delhi. The people in Delhi do not understand us. The government of India is, having a very casual or state-motherly treatment being meted to us. These are, things which you keep hearing. And this is being propounded by some of the separatists also. But I feel the location of Northeast is great advantage to us. We may be 99% border with the neighboring countries and 1% linked with the mainland India. I said this is not disadvantage, this is advantage for us. That means we have 99% of opportunity to trade with the bordering countries. If you see the history also, the status and the strength of a nation is measured with the amount of trade he does with the neighboring countries. And this is a great advantage. So in the Home Ministry, I have initiated this border trade. We have a Land Port Authority of India, which is, I am also the minister in charge for that. So I have told the chairman recently that identify these important points along the border areas and look out for the immediate trading points. We will have land port, constructed land customs, we will have the border huts, so many things. This will change the life of people. A villager in a remote southern tip of Mizoram will have no bearing. Whatever is happening in Delhi will have neither effect on his life or whatever he does have no impact in Delhi. So the only thing to affect his life in a positive way is to open up with the neighboring countries. And you all know that the Southeast Asia, what we call ASEAN, ASEAN begins from India. Southeast Asia begins from Northeast India. And in the same way I said, my friends of Northeastern region, that please don't say that Northeast is far from India, or far from Delhi. Say that India begins from Northeast India if you look from the eastern part. So never think that you are far away from India, and don't create ourselves as a prisoner of our own frontiers. It is not the case. We have to take advantage of our location. So the only way to secure our area, to empower our people, to prosper our region is through education. And education means, as I remarked in the very beginning, that it must be really valuable, useful, and as per the need of the society. And as a head of the different institutions, important institutions of the Northeast, I think you are the people. If I have to speak about my ideas, how we should progress, I will take 10-15 minutes, but I don't want to speak about what I think, how should we carry forward. But I just thought that issues to be brought out, and in this forum, I'm sure you are going to interact with each other. Just the day before I visited the university, Rajiv Gandhi University, so I talked about the brand organizing. I said, you are acquiring your education as per the guidance of your professors, your lecturers, and the subject which you are being offered. I am just going to give you a situation where you have to move in that direction. So in this manner, I feel that rather than I just giving lots of points in my mind, you should be actually guiding me as a minister. You should be telling me what is necessary on the part of the government of India to take those critical steps which is important for the region, for your institution. I have some of the points in my hand, the Minister of HRD, which I am closely dealing with, some of the points, some of the steps being taken, some of the great initiatives
have begun since last 20 months. These are there, which are in the public domain, which are in the level of its implementation. You are aware of that. I need not repeat on those issues. But I'm overwhelmed that so many of you have gathered in this one platform. And when Zafar Bhai came to my office, initially I was not able to understand what he wanted to do. So when he explained to me what is his motive, what he wants to achieve, then I was so impressed. Then I said, I will definitely come. I will cancel my another program, but I will definitely come and attend the function. So I'm so happy to be amidst you, and this is a great platform for all of us to work in a combined effort to ensure that this northeastern region can be really